Another great day in service to the church. Oh, hello my dear. How may I help you?
Oh, hey, Daddy.
Why is my chastity device getting tighter? Commander? You've been summoned to the High Church once, as a matter of urgency. Oh, thank God. Apologies, my dear. The Lord's work is never done. So, before we begin, here's a little context to what we're playing. Sengoku Rance is a grand strategy game, with a focus on story and... well, it's also an adult erotic game. Yes, it does have hentai in it, but to base it just on that is to do it a disservice, I think. Darkness Hero is a mod for Sengoku Rance, which brings numerous characters and factions together from the series, for them all to battle it out on one grand continent. As someone who's completed the original a couple of times, I assume that I'll be able to hack one of the harder faction playthroughs. However, as with the base game, some of the factions are incredibly overpowered. So I've decided to go with the Al Church. They're allegedly a slow defensive faction with good healers, and they won't get killed in the first turn, as they border with only one faction at the start who's supposedly not a threat. There's also some waifus in the church, which should make my campaign a bit more tolerable. So now with that out of the way, we'll let the LARPing begin, I guess. Though life on the continent has many hardships, its inhabitants have one shining hope for salvation. The great Al Church, whose priests help spread the word of the mighty and benevolent goddess, Alice, and only request a minor financial contribution in exchange for redemption. However, on this fateful day at Kais, the seat of the Al Church, the fate of the faithful will be changed forever. Battling Centers, head of the Templars, seeks an audience with the Pope. Holiness Pope Duran, I have disturbing reports of the faithful in Zeth. May I come in? Silence fills the hallowing hallway, battling standing respectfully for well over an hour. My lord, is everything all right? Battling. It's time. What? Who is this? Who's there? A blinding light fills the area. Battling averts his eyes, but slowly turns towards the light. Though blurry, his eyes slowly start to see an angelic figure. You have been chosen, Battling Centers. Dark days are ahead. But your strength may yet save the faithful. This light, this feeling, my goddess, could it be? I have dire news, my humble servant. Pope Duran has left this world. Worse still, fiends rise and heretics gather. A great evil is coming for my flock. If my church is to survive, you must lead. Goddess above, I pledge my sword. What is your command? You shall gather the faithful from all over the world. You will lead them on the greatest crusade that the world has ever known and destroy all sinners. Only thus may the world be redeemed. A crusade? Your goddess wills it. Of course, as you command, my goddess. As the tales spread of the Pope's death, a call to arms, many devout priests and warriors gather to the church. Welcome, faithful servants of Alice. I have received the vision. With the goddess at our side, we'll finally unite the human nations beneath a single banner. Go against the world? Is this truly wise, Commander?
Of course. With the goddess at our side, we're unstoppable.
Is this decision not taken hastily? We must still decide on a pope.
Yes, a pope must be chosen. The Mura test. Our goddess has declared our crusade. Our faithful are here. There's no time for a pope. And yet a pope you shall have, at least to stand by your side. Who on earth? No. She's back.
Hello, Enron. Do not get too agitated. You would not want to crumble on the eve of triumph, would you?
It cannot be. The lost Pope? Here? Impossible. What are you doing here?
You've called the faithful brave battling, have you not? In truth, there's nowhere else for me to be.
But you disappeared. And your face.
I'm sorry to have abandoned you all these years ago. To abandon my flock. But I had no choice. For you see, on the day I became Pope, the goddess appeared to me. She revealed my true purpose, and bade me to train my heart and my soul on a holy quest, and to only return at the church's greatest hour.
Amiswell, if it really is you, do you really think you can take up the office of Pope again? After abandoning it and disappearing for 40 years?
Of course not. This is not a time for a Pope. It's a time for blades and holy knights. It's a time for a crusade. Thus I pledge my powers to General Centers to lead us against all heretics.
I see.
And my holy quest was not in vain, for the goddess guided me to a miracle. In her benevolence, she has resurrected the holiest of heroes, the legendary Cafe Artful.
I ain't doing that shit. It's really her. Exactly like the records.
The goddess has gathered the faithful. The lost saint and the holy hero have returned. It is as was prophesied.
Alice Volt. Alice Volt. Alice Volt. Alice Volt.
Alice Volt.
Alice Volt.
Duran dies, she returns. Interesting coincidence.
And so, still shouting the name of Alice, the zealots of the church ready themselves for a crusade against the world.
I'm sorry, but I just feel like it adds... Yeah, sorry for that cringe. I just feel like it adds something to the start of the game. It's a little bit less boring. So straight off the bat we get 1,500 gold. And someone joins our army. So let's take a look. This map's a lot bigger than the original map. And there's quite a lot of factions. We can't really do much on our first turn. We've only got one territory. And Ice only has one territory also. I think what we're going to do is we're going to get 200 gold per turn. That way we can buy more troops for our commanders, make them recover quicker as well. So apparently you can create custom characters in this mod as well, because creating custom characters has never gone wrong in the past before. Oh wow, you have a lot of avatars to choose from.
Rastafari, I have to keep on saying because the wind will blow, the bird, the bees, the
Yeah, we definitely have to choose the punished Shimazu brother. I think we're going to make him a warrior, just because we need more offensive capabilities at this point in the game. Okay, so now we've got 1,700, the money's rolling in, and we have a foot soldier joining the army as well. It's fairly useful. Let's take a look at our new units. Fairly mediocre. Our new custom character is fairly decent though. Alright, I think we're going to make our first move of the campaign and attack Ice. So we'll scout and see what they've got. 2 warriors and a monk. Not really too bad. I think we could win this fairly easily. We'll have the commander of forces in the front line. Our new custom character, Punished Hanawa.
Just to suffer.
As well as Gerwin on knight. We'll have our healer Crook in the back too. There's also a bunch of new abilities in the game. I guess we'll wait and see what they do in the future. So straight off the bat we'll weaken their front line to make their offensive less effective against our units. We'll set battling to defensive so he can absorb all the attacks. And he's charging an attack, so we should kill him before he gets that off. I've got no idea why that did no damage, but okay. One down. And we'll weaken their back line in anticipation for killing their front line. So Goen can heal himself, as well as attack whilst having his guard up, which is really effective. Further weaken the back line and get rid of the front line. And he doesn't even attack. I think we'll heal Goen and we'll finish them off. Okay, and we captured our first prisoner, Lucas Barton. I don't think I want to attack again, just because we may have to defend ourselves or our newly conquered territory in ice. So for the time being, I think I'm just going to heal my units. So Tactician joins our army. Let's conquer ice. We'll scout to see what they've got. Our new tactician isn't too great either. They're okay, not great. So they've got a full complement of units. The Hannies could be quite dangerous as they could attack pretty much anywhere. They've also got their backline defended by a foot soldier. So we'll have some healing. We'll put Goen at the front. Lordling may also be useful, as well as our commander battling centres. We'll give him some more units just so he can withstand some more punishment. Chun Chun Shuriken is a really good ability. Also, ninjas are fairly fast, so we should get a go and deal some damage to their units before they even get a chance to do anything. We'll also put our diviner in, so we can get some big damage on all the enemies with a devilish troop count of 666. She also comes with a divine shield as well, so she'll ignore the first attack. I think we'll just cast Shikigami, which should take some time, but it will deal massive damage. Immediately we'll weaken their strongest attacker, as well as their archer in the back line. Okay, wow. Died in one hit. Easy.
You killed my Hanny? I'll kill you, you bastards!
He's on one unit after attacking us. Lordling can heal himself, just like Goen, which could come in useful in the future. We're dealing large damage to these enemies. I think we're definitely going to win this. So they've only got one unit left, and it's only about halfway through the battle. And just like that, the last unit's been killed. And ice has been conquered. Okay, so just like that, we've doubled our territory. And more money, I think. So custom just conquered red, which is actually somewhat good for me, as it means that there's one less faction which is going to be able to attack me. But on the flip side, it does make custom that much more stronger. So we've got 20 gold, and we've got a warrior joining us. So bit by bit, our faction's getting more and more offensive capabilities, which is very useful. It's going to help us to conquer the rest of the continent. I'm thinking that we're going to sweep round to the right, conquer most of the territories on this small plain that we have. This should allow us to defeat the weaker factions and simultaneously expand our own territory and get more money per turn. So we're going to avenge red and probably try and take this territory back from custom. The units don't look so good, so we'll use our weaker units, I think. So we've captured and killed one of their units immediately in this first battle. There's one more base left before we capture the whole territory. We'll heal up and we'll wait for our next turn. So 2020 again. And we get a warrior. Again, the game is really favouring our offensive strategy. So moving on to the final stronghold of this territory, they've got a full complement. They've got a musket unit at the front, as well as a cannon unit at the back. They're going to be dealing a lot of damage to us. They've got a unit that can infect our units, which will decrease the amount of maximum troops in each unit. His name is literally Mars. I'm guessing he causes diabetes amongst the troops. I think we're definitely going to want to have Am here. Going at the front to deal damage and heal himself. We'll give Lordling more troops because we've got money to spend thanks to our increased income.
I can't stop flexing on these Nick.
Battling to soak up the damage. More troops for him as well. We'll put Cafe at the back as well. Heal and do damage. Cast Shikigami to do more damage in the future, and it's really important that we get rid of this musket unit as soon as possible. Cannon's done pretty big damage to battling. Goen's taken big damage. We'll get rid of this musket unit before they even have a chance to attack us, and we'll defend our front line. I'm afraid Goen might die here, or be dangerously close to it.
If she's not a nun, she's done.
Okay, Boomer.
May God have mercy on your soul, for I will not. Zuma Filtha!
Another unit from the front line defeated. The shurikens are doing work. And the Shikigami is doing even more work. Wow, the healing on that's ridiculous. It's definitely going to save us a lot of money in the future being able to heal as many troops as we just have. And Goen will finish off the last unit. We captured 2 of their units, including the musketman and the warrior. And just like that, we've got another territory with even more money. $2,340 gold a turn, as well as a ninja joining our ranks. I think we'll finish off custom. More of the faithful are joining our cause. A lot of the units joining us now seem to all just be from the Owl Church. I think we've got sufficient frontline troops now, and what we really want is some powerful characters. These may have to be captured from enemy forces. They have hardly any units here. I think Eleanor would be a really great capture at this point in the game. She does huge damage. So Eleanor's defeated. And we also get a speed textbook, which could be really useful in the future. I don't feel confident that we have enough units to mount a double offensive. So we'll just focus one territory at a time, making only one attack per turn for the time being. So we're being attacked by the O. Let's see what they've got. Fairly weak front line. Should be able to deal with them fairly easily. We'll use our third-rate troops here. I don't feel like using the better units just in case we're attacked again. And the Pentagon have conquered some of Zeth as well. And Zeth have consequently conquered Shangri-La, which was a shame because I would have liked to fight against Shangri-La in the future. They seemed like a funny faction to play against. Okay, so immediately I can see that they've got Maria, which is a really powerful cannon unit, as well as cavalry at the back and a musket unit at the front. I'm going to need units which attack hard and quickly in order to whittle down the enemy as much as possible before they have a chance to mount any sort of offensive. I'm going to increase the unit count for all of the troops that I'm putting on the front line in this battle, just because I feel like I'm going to take a lot of damage here. Immediately we'll try and get rid of those muskets. We'll cast Shikigami at this stage, so we can reap the benefits later on. And we'll whittle down Maria at the back lines. Yeah, minuscule damage from the musket unit, and they're already out of turns. Though Maria almost killed Cafe in one shot, but she again is also out of turns now. I may have overreacted a little bit, as it seems that their main attacking force is now pretty much out of action. At this point, we'll just whittle them down until we win. Am is doing absolute work with Shikigami. It's Megaforce's turn, so we'll weaken him even more. And he did 0 damage against Am because of that Divine Blessing. Divine Blessing? I don't know what it's called. Divine Barrier, whatever it is. And with Megaforce killed, that's a victory for us. So with Custom Conquered, we'll build a shopping district to get even more money now. So bit by bit we're building up a stronghold in the corner of the map. Portugal is attacking us. An ill-conceived move by the Portuguese. I like how the Portuguese units have Portuguese names as well. That's very immersive.
Fomos o maior colaborador da escravidão europeia.
So we sent the Portuguese packing, and now the O are attacking us as well. I think the surrounding factions are getting a little bit antsy because we're slowly taking over the right corner of the map. Another attack by the Portuguese. They're really going for us. If we face another attack after this, we won't be able to defend against it. So we lost quite a few troops in that last battle. We used pretty much all of our units. It's probably going to cost us a fair bit of gold in order to recruit all the troops that we did lose. Next episode we should be continuing the Crusade, carving our way through the eastern side of the map, securing our base for the assault on the mainland of the continent.